Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Reus 2, where today I think we're headed in the general direction of a space race. So, technology needs to be the planet's highest overall stat. We need to have at least 3 cities. Playing in the sort of very simple way that we have been playing, this feels pretty doable to me. So, do we have any particular feelings? The Iron Age will give us some science to start with. It gives you iron. It's the only way to get iron, I guess. And it gives some rerolls. The philosopher gives science. Oh, right. So the way this works, it's a unique philosopher profession that then spreads out. So this is something that will keep being effective. Like this is like a trade good, I think. Gains us an extra draft, which is actually a pretty good reward. Honestly, Age of Philosophy seems like a winner to me. So we do like an Age of Philosophy into what? What else has a fun reward? 2 extra micro charges is like pretty okay. There is the Forbidden Formula. You know, it's been a minute since we did this, and it gives another draft. I do love a bunch of drafts. Obviously, there's a huge amount of value in the there's a huge amount of value in getting extra Eon, but extra drafts are also really nice. Yeah, maybe we try to do this. So have at least one city with 12 science, 12 technology. It seems doable. So first we do science, then we do science, then we try to do a little bit of science. Who is going to lead us on this particular thing? So we're going to want toxic biotica, right? Which is mostly not... It's mostly a plant thing, right? Jump to biotica, filter tag. Oh man, this is good. There's tag filtering in here. This is so nice of them. Sort by resource. So yeah, it's mostly a plant thing. You get some animals, really no minerals. Not no minerals, but mostly not minerals. Okay. But that's just that one step of it. It's not like everything. So, forest, ocean, forest. I mean, most of the toxic stuff that exists is in the ocean. It looks like actually there's just really not that much. Oh, I'm also not scrolled down. Jeez. Okay, so there's more plants here. I'm trying to figure out like what biomes make sense to bring. Generally speaking, the common stuff is ocean stuff, with some minor exceptions. Beyond that, you're looking at more at plant life. Also, there's something that's still locked. Actually, there's a 1-star that is still locked, that is toxic. That's interesting. All right, just trying to get a sense of which biotic to use and which kinds of things we care about. So all minerals gain a bonus for each distinct element. That's like fine, but maybe not the most exciting. We maybe want to go for like more of an inventor vibe. Plants gain bonus food and science output for each distinct tag on them. So this does play well with the toxic thing. I do feel like we were just doing this, though. My biggest hesitation on botanist is just that it feels a little similar to the thing we were just doing. So actually, I'm going to take minor for that reason. Plant giant. I really want a rainforest. I think we're doing a rainforest today. And then... I mean, we probably ought to take an ocean, right? desert, taiga. I mean, if we're mineral focused, taiga's strong. Yeah. So let's bring the frost giant so we can just do one right off the top. We're gonna start with our relevant biomes this time. Okay, yeah, great planet. I'm feeling okay about this, kind of. So we're gonna put the miner down in the taiga. Which is to say, hey you, make me a big old chunk of taiga. You know what? Actually, let's start with the ocean. What am I doing? This is not the button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hate to be boring, but you know, it is working. And then you get over here. So I think I want to go pretty big with the taiga, right? If we want to be able to create a lot of barrenness. Might want to go a little more than a third of the world. You know what? That's fine. And you... the question is, do we want to settle you near the water? I think I'm going to say no. I'm going to just put you kind of like somewhat in the taiga. And then let's rainforest the rest of the planet. Maybe I should have left like one more patch over here. We can do some expander stuff. We can make it work. I do like being able to run a little thing over the border. Okay, so minerals, and also of course science. Stone wants to hang out with Stone. Seems pretty straightforward. We have an everything booster here, which is nice. Not at this moment overly concerned with biodiversity. What else might I put down? Oh right, furs are amazing. And then stoats and rabbits are kind of like whatever. Yeah, for the moment, just more stone. And in fact, that's probably going to be enough, right? Yeah, absolutely. Huzzah! Okay. Does the stone have the element tag? It does. I do like plus 100 science, and I don't think we're going to get 100 science on Toolsmith in the first era, probably. So I do think Stonecutter's the way to go. Of course the stone qualifies for Stonecutter. It's in the name. What am I thinking? Let's get a nice sort of... Sage versus Goddess. You can do some pretty good food work in the ocean. The Goddess is just like pure yield boosting, right? But her mystery doesn't give science. And I feel like I want to lean on a mystery that gives science for the coastal cities as much as possible. And let's do a quick taiga draft. Oh right, copper. Yeah, no, maybe it is possible. maybe Metalsmith would have been right. I forget about copper. And copper is an element too, like that's really good. Some copper, some tin. The skunk is amazing. God, what a good set of tags. Skunks, you're incredible. Amabel would be overjoyed to hear me saying that. Just like absolutely her favorite animal in total. Yeah, so We also picked up... So you're going to add rugged. You want to be next to a plant. I mean, I think it's perfectly reasonable to just... Oh, right. Sorry, we don't have the biodiversity for that just yet. Did you border expand? You have not yet expanded. So you want to be next to a plant. Let's get a plant over here. No, don't go that way, you fool. I want to get further from the city, not closer. Let's, I guess, put down a fir here. Alright, and then we want to put down the tin on this side. Or no, I put down the tin already. I want to put down the copper over here, so we need to put down at least one more thing somewhere. Probably something that produces wealth. Potentially this skunk. No, it shouldn't be the skunk, right? I should be gaining us biodiversity. Yeah, I could just put down... Like, how much money do we need? 3. We just put down more rocks. More rocks is more good, right? Yeah, I don't need to be stressing about this one settlement too much, but... Alright, this will get us... this will get us a very large amount of rugged indeed. Which means that this thing is producing 100 science. So our stonecutter would also, you know, if we had a metalsmith, it would also be producing 100 science, right? Except for this thing, which is increasing the science out. Yeah, it would have been more. It would have been better to choose the metal crafter, or the metal cutter. Metal worker? Whatever. The metal thingy. Yeah, because this is 115. Alright. Alright, a little foolishness on my part. Y'all want some food? Let's get y'all some food. Let's do an ocean draft first. And we'll take some tuna, right? Well, the white plumed anemone move, I mean, like, mystery gives food, right? Mystery gives primarily food. So I don't hate this. Even though we know his projects are not, his town requests are primarily going to be asking for food bonuses. Like, we want to make sure that science is still the thing we're pushing everywhere. And if we're getting mystery, we're doing both at the same time. So I think I am going to take this. Also, you know, we do want to unlock toxics. We know we're going to need them. So... we can get 20 food out of this. Plants up here. Okay, the papaya tree's not bad. The guinea pig is fine. But right now Port West Grove actually only has ocean patches. So let's do ocean stuff. We will put down a kelp. And also herring, and that might be enough that might be enough right there, honestly. This wants to be near a couple minerals, and it totally can be. Eventually. We don't need to commit the biodiversity right now. Alright, that'll get us our third city. We do need to build the project. And it feels like Ocean Shrine's the winner here, right? Ocean Shrine feels very good for this village. And then for you... Botanist versus Inventor. The Botanist gets way better value off of our mystery. I feel like we play with the Inventor a lot, but we do have to keep in mind it's a little weird for the Botanist to be in the taiga because of the food plants reducing ruggedness, but whatever, we'll make it work. Maybe all the food plants are in the ocean. Wow, this is restrictive. Is it possible that I made too much damn rainforest? I think so. I think I am... No, I really want there to be a lot of rainforest, though. I think we're going to keep it like it is. Alright, have 4 combined population and technology. We are absolutely crushing it on make sure tech is highest. So that's good news. The Miner City is at 18 already? Jeez. Okay, so 4 combined technology and population. Oh no, they expanded into the ocean first. That's a little not ideal. I think we're going to want to put down a white-plumed anemone on this side. So that's a food booster. You want to be adjacent to minerals. That's like a little weird. We could put the white-plumed anemone down like here. And then have the minerals out to the side. 20 eon until first era ends, and I would like to finish this so that we know what kind of project we're looking at for Pine Grounds Port, what their great building is going to be. So this is really good output for a 1-star. What are the minerals we're looking at? So coral rock is 25 value if it's next to an animal and a coral. So I'm trying to figure this out. This wants to be next to 2 adjacent minerals, which is like really awkward. But so we put an animal here, herring or whatever. We put down the coral rock here, the anemone there, and then another mineral there, right? Well, there's got to be 2 plants within borders, though. All right, it's fine. We're going to put down also just a sea anemone. That's going to complete this settlement. They'll put down a mineral here. It'll be fine. Are they going to offer to show me? I guess it doesn't really matter. We don't need to see it before the era flip over. All I needed was to make sure we were high on science, which we absolutely are. Age of Philosophy, go. All right, finished 1-star instantly. Working on that 2nd star, and then 80 total prosperity. Like we're so ready for this. Okay, so algae farms plus 100 food. Tree biotica, not super hard to come by in this biome, but we're not there right now. It's worth noting. Nothing in the water counts as undergrowth, right? I wouldn't imagine. No, even if it's kind of the same rate, kind of the same, or kind of the right kind of thing. So, like, it's a little bit of a bummer that this is a food outputter, but the fact is we do need food, too. I think I'm going to go algae farm. It's just really easy to set off. And there's something to be said for easy. We do have to get to 12 population. This is going to do a fair amount of it. Okay, so I wanted to put down a mountain, or a mineral, rather, sorry. A bedrock wouldn't be a terrible one. Yeah, it can't be coral rock. It has to be different. So yeah, let's put down a bedrock. And then put down a plant. And does it matter hugely what plant? A little bit, yeah. I guess let's put down a red algae. The red algae will not be fully active right now, but it's another reef. Like, kelp also wouldn't be active right away. Yeah, we'll do this. Okay. So when we expand again into the ocean, that will finish algae farm, and it will finish the botanist village. Which means we can put down whatever we want over here to push that toward happening. Let's make sure we're getting the other projects set as well. There need to be 3 to 4 distinct... oh, by the way, we did 2-star already. 3 to 4 distinct ocean bioticums. So let's build some more. This might be a good place to do the classic clownfish kelp thing. I mean, the Sage Village really just wants population, so I guess maybe that's not the highest priority. If we put down red algae... I mean, I just want to be producing more food, but we got to put down unique stuff for the moment. We could take another ocean draft, I suppose. You know what? Go ahead and give me another ocean draft. Okay. Marlin is not a terrible pull. Along with the marlin, we get barrel eyes, which is great, of course. The sea bass, which is extremely good. But maybe we want some sargassum this time. The seagrass, the sargassum, yeah. We have tended in this direction, but perhaps that is not the direction for the day. We still get the sea bass, we get the sunfish, which is great. Hell yeah. Let's go this way. Okay. So, that allows us to use some seagrass here. Ooh, except you are an expanse bioticum. Why? Why do you have to be like that? And honestly, it didn't occur to me that one of the things that I always put in the shallows could do me like that. How inconsiderate. Well, you don't have expanse. We have one critter right now. Yeah, that's herring. It's the same critter. So the sea bass is not very good right now. We just need more. We just need more stuff. Okay, I think we're gonna redraw things a little bit here. I'm gonna put down some seagrass here. And some herring here. And then we're gonna move... A sea anemone is not... Yeah, that's interesting. So we're going to move the algae over to here. get replaced with something else. You gotta figure out what that something is. And we can put down a sea bass now with the understanding that it's kind of not great at the moment, but it will get good. We don't have a lot of other expanse type. Yeah. You know what? Let me just do that. So that'll turn on migratory food. And also fill up our ocean shrine. Cool. Alright, and then over here, we need one more distinct bioticum for the oracle. So yeah, this slot was added for free, and if the city does exports to other cities, that city will also gain philosopher robes. That's rad. That's really rad. It is a shame that it's plus science rather than plus tech, so it's not always even going to be a single point of technology as the game goes on, but it is cool that it's free at least. So for us to max out this one, we need one more. We're good on elements, but we need one more thing that we don't yet have. Which should be pretty easy, right? There's lots of like animals and stuff that we haven't placed yet. Want to keep the ruggedness above 8. There'd be very little reason for us to... Yeah, it's got to be a skunk, right? I wish that there was a display of how much lost you have. Right now, there's no way there's enough for that skunk to count as lost. Yeah, we only have one. Or for that skunk to get odor defense. I could just put down like a bad stoat or whatever. Yeah, alright. We're gonna need some wealth eventually. Like, here's my wax stoat for the moment. So that'll cap you off. Right now, the process is just make sure all the buildings are maxed out for legacy purposes, right? All right, now I need to build your shit up so that you expand outward in the correct direction. And I do believe once we've done that, we are all good on this era's projects. And obviously, we had to make it to... It would be good to make it to 80 prosperity, but I think that's going to happen. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Okay, yep, everything is good. Everything is at maximum heat. Once again, lamenting. Look how good that copper is. So we could just buy a border expander and fire it here, because obviously they would have to expand in the correct direction. But it's not like we don't want to set up more stuff. So let's put down another fur. And like, what else goes on in here? Giving you a stone is not like terrible. We're gonna get immediate completion on the botanist village when the fur gets built. Okay, that's a border expander right there. So we pulled a draft. I think it is probably time for a taiga. You know what? We do need to draft rainforest at some point. So what we're looking for here is kind of like food-based drafting, right? We do need a lot of science, but we also need a lot of food. So the Gumbo Limbo is a medicinal tree. It gets... Okay, so when they're talking about unspent diversity, they use the word surplus. That's good to know. That could be up to plus 60. Gets us parakeet and flint, so it starts you in on that tree strat. Whereas over here, get bio booster. So up to 25 food on just a normal 1-star. That's interesting. Plus 20 for each adjacent plant. So that could be like 70 food. I mean, it's not bad. The sage is going to need sources of food. In order to complete the sage's projects, we're going to need large sources of food. So I think I am going to take the banana over the gumbo limbo. So when this fires, this is going to gain 50 more food. I mean, plus the actual yields out here, which are not nothing. All right, and then the next things to work on are just these, I guess. Yeah, pretty good. So we do want to improve wealth some. Like, we definitely want to have trade routes, right? We need people to be doing some trade because we need the we want the philosopher thing to spread. So to that end, we don't have palaces cats yet, but we could. I mean, at this point, we have 2 losts plus you're a lost. Like, actually, this skunk, a skunk around here will do the thing. What's the other patch going to be? You want to be adjacent to a critter, which the skunk is not. The skunk has a lot of good tags, but it does not have critter. And we can just put Nugget down. It's not amazing, but it is biodiversity. Yeah, that miner spirit is fucking rad. It's so good. Gotta remember to bias toward minerals in our various selection processes. Okay. So we don't have to get you super high on wealth to trade, and it's probably not something I need to focus on overly, but it is worth doing. It's worth paying attention to. All right, let's get this sage village complete because it shouldn't take too much more work. Where are you at? You are still at 1. All right. We just need a city that has 12 science, so we're far and away ready on our on the age we want to select. Pit viper is basically a stoat. Jungle fowl is a critter. That's cool. So we have a gold booster here that I'm trying to make sure we're using. So you're just good if you're adjacent to an animal? Okay. So we want to push some biodiversity because it would be nice to get this jungle fowl live. Yeah, and I guess like the best thing to do is to put down the amethyst here. This will push us over into the next era. And from there we will make some other decisions. Right, within borders. It's per city, not per biome. Okay, so anything that is elements also high value. The people have discovered the meaning of life. They did it really early and with very little effort. It's actually like totally bananas that happened. All right, extra draft charges. Feeling pretty good about that. All right, I think we want to follow through on a damned plague. Gain science for each unique toxic bioticum on the planet. And we get our forbidden formula and some more stuff. All right, confirm. We need the right ingredients and lots of test subjects. Okay, want to start a new project. Weaponsmith is not bad. Statue's gonna be pretty live. So weaponsmith is almost certainly more science. We do need gold as well to push the project completion, the request completion. And I don't know, like, are we gonna get more? Are we gonna get so much value from weaponsmith that it ends up being worth more than 100 extra gold that I don't have to worry about? For now, I'm gonna say no. You know, we're strongly incentivized to place element biotica anyway. Okay, we want to put one more down. Plus 100 science if there's at least one toxic bioticum within borders. Also, plague buff. So, plus 50 science if there are at least 2 toxic biotica within borders. For this. So this will be good for the ocean cities, for sure. Little bit of the old forbidden formula. Anyway, we were working on the thing. I got distracted. We do need to push population. Never mind. It's fine. It's fine. Dried fish. Dried fish has solved the issue. Yeah, I mean, honestly, not bad. Not a bad project. Okay, the miner needs to get to 25 tac. We need 30 total population. Let's make that miner thing happen. Ooh, got us a science booster. So, have some drafts up. Let's take a rainforest draft. Let's see if we can get something to use this science booster. So what I would really like to see here is a mineral that produces science. We have a gold mineral and a science plant. I am just going to take the reroll, I think. You know, fluorite's not awful, but it is 2 stars. Hemp is a toxic plant. We probably can't turn that down. And it does come with a decent mineral. An iguana, which is just adorable. And a spider monkey. Yeah, I like hemp. I think hemp is the right call. Okay, so. I would love to put a hemp down there. We need to get a little bit of biodiversity going before we can do that, obviously. And it's going to want to be adjacent to some animals, as does our stoats. So, let's put a critter down in this location. Actually, I think the skunk is good now, right? Because there'll be 4. This skunk will make a 4th lost tag. Yeah, we don't really need the rabbit. We do need population, but it doesn't need to be in Pineground's castle. Okay, so that'll produce a little bit of extra money for you. Oh, right, except a skunk's not a critter. Shit. Terrible stuff. You are not on odor defense. Are there actually only 2 lost tags? Determine the closest city for this and another biotica. Maybe it doesn't count stuff that's in the other cities? Yeah, maybe. Okay, well, that being the case, then I feel like I goofed, and maybe I want to put down I don't even know what. You know what, let's make the Sage Village thing work. We'll get a draft. We'll pull another Rainforest draft, and we'll work with that. So, we need a little bit of food. I don't think jungle fowl is actually going to be happening here. Let's put down an iguana. Iguana's adorable and has really good tags. But mostly it's adorable. And that's a fine way of making decisions. Don't let anybody tell you different. biodiversity, bit of resources and whatnot. Is that going to push us over? It is not. We're going to need a little bit more food output. Are you border expanding? Okay. So right now, the sea bass is not active. Do we have more critter type biotica that we can put down? We could do a clownfish. This village no longer needs expanded ocean biotica. But, oh, interesting. So we would like to put down a food fish on that. And we have to add critters, but they don't have to be here. The kelp just wants there to be fish adjacent. Yeah. Okay. So the problem is if I put down a clownfish, the sea anemone has to be in shallow water, right? Yeah. So actually, clownfish over here is kind of not great. Kind of not great anywhere. That's awkward. Huh, that Great Garden's interesting. Yo, why is Great Garden so much less payout than Coral Diver? Holy hell, Coral Diver's good. 50 food, 50 science, and 20 mystery, which for you is going to be 80 more food and 80 more science, right? Yeah. Okay. So we're looking at 130 food plus 130 science versus 180 food. Or 300 science, but I don't think we're going to get there. I think it's Coral Diver. Especially since we already have 3 ocean plains within borders. That feels pretty alright. Okay, anyway, back to focusing. How much food do I need to push through this? 20. Okay, let's make food happen. This is plus 50%, so just like a herring here would be fine. This doesn't need to be herring. It could be something else. I don't know what else it would be, but it could be something else. Yeah, the problem is we just need drafts. Alright, put a herring down right now, because that'll at least push us over the top. And we'll figure out the rest of it later. What I want more than anything is the draft, you know? Oh. That did activate the sea bass. I'm a little surprised by that. 3 distinct critter biotica. Maybe it doesn't mean different. Maybe they're using distinct critter biotica here to mean that it won't count. It won't multi-count tags on a single bioticum, and that's all. Okay. Coral Diver is a little bit less exciting here, but it's not like very much, right? What's your... So it's still 8 points of resources. The thing is, this city doesn't need the science, like at all. And I would feel a lot better pushing for something that is raw food. It's just 4 to 6 fruit biotica is really not easy. Like, papaya trees are basically it, right? Because the biodiversity we need to save for the for the hemp. Yeah, I don't know that we can reliably make that happen. This would at least be 130 food. But if all we're talking about is just raw number of plants within borders, it's not really that hard to... 8's a lot. 8 is a lot. Maybe we take Coral Diver because it's kind of the easiest. Even though it's sort of a weird... Yeah, I really wish we could hit Cake Baker. If we have 2 plants in the water, it's pretty easy to get to like 3-ish plants in the water down there. It's just, yeah. It's a lot. The mill is a lot to satisfy. The hemp, we can put down up to 2 copies of hemp, but the hemp is just... I'm gonna take Coral Diver. Just because it's easy to satisfy. I don't think it's as good for this city. Okay, so now that we know all that stuff, back to work. And it was good to work that stuff out and to get the drafts. So as far as maxing out the structures for this era, the Evil Hideout's going to get its Toxic Bioticum. It's very easy for you to get Toxic. So we don't really need a Taiga draft. The question is rainforest versus ocean then, and maybe it is ocean. It's a little bit of a shame that everybody's so plant obsessed in the ocean, because like it would be good to be able to lay down element biotica, right? But I do think we have to focus a little bit. Okay. So the oil is probably not what we're looking for. As much as it is nice to have an element. Oh, the oil does get us jellyfish though, and basalt, which is the problem is it's a lot of gold focus. And I guess that's not like terrible. We do need some sources of gold. But at the same time, I think I'm going to take a reroll here. So amber's kind of not great. Sun coral's okay. Manganese is a mineral. It's not bad overall. The octopus would actually be really good for the botanist city. It's so interesting that this gets science based on the micros in the adjacent biotica. It is itself toxic. It gets us chert too. Chert's actually really great. Yeah, let's take octopus. Chert is really, really good. Okay. It's not going to be too hard to complete Botanist Town, but it shouldn't be too hard to complete Miner Town either. And we have to push the miner up anyway. So 35, that's the one we're doing right now. And then this is just 175 prosperity. Okay. A little bit more science for you. So we need to put down one more thing over here that's going to probably be food focused. The papaya tree is not something I really want to hold on to. You know, Taro's fine. Just do some stuff over here to get some biodiversity so that we can put down some hemp and get massive value. Unfortunately, I can't put down the hemp on the way past because we got to get the biodiversity first, which is really annoying. But yeah, the hemp was a really critical draw because we needed a way of generating a toxic tag. Alright, so now, right, hemp needs a level 2 slot. It sure does. Do we wanna... Do we want to lock in some really good stuff here? We can put down a pretty decent legacy, I think. The question is, do we have the resources for this? Like, do we have enough Eon? I don't want to have to spend a bunch of Eon now before we know exactly what we're doing with the space race. So we just need to get one more border expansion basically for this, and then do some ocean plant stuff. And that ocean plant stuff might involve an upgrade charge as well. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. We'll get there. So yeah, we're not too far from capping out the buildings belonging to the other people. I think it's okay for us to spend the eon necessary to get some good legacy going here. So, a banana tree. I mean, I don't really need a bunch of food though. Is there anything here that would give us like good strong yields? I mean, there's some stone, I guess. We do need to increase wealth by quite a bit, so maybe I just put down a pair of amethysts. I don't necessarily hate that. I mean, I want to put down a science boost. I want to put down stone though. Yeah, so let's put down stone, and then some kind of science plant would be cool, but we don't really have one. The Ramon tree is not an exciting thing to use for legacy purposes. Maybe we just throw down another stone, honestly. Yeah, it's not exciting, but it is resources. I don't think I need to let all the resources flow out of them, but it is fun to watch it all happen. Okay, now you put down the toxic here where it gets benefit from the two animals. And then honestly, like the thing I want to do is put down another toxic, or put down another hemp, but obviously we don't have the biodiversity for that. Wow, yeah, the second one costs 8. 8 is a much higher number. That is so much tech. Jeez. I guess we could redesign some stuff over here if we wanted. So we still need more elements, right? Yeah. This agate is probably not really necessary. We could replace this with another tin or something just to get another element tag down. 20 and no, the tin's the way to go. Yeah, so we'll overwrite this. That'll be reasonably. Wait. Hold on. Cancel. What am I doing? I don't want to replace things that have gold on them. We need element tags, but I need also money. I can put down a spider monkey here. And then we could put down some trees just outside of... That's not going to get us to 15, but it's something. I think I'm going to do that. So what do we have that is tree? The papaya tree, the Ramon tree is not terrible, I suppose. The extra biodiversity is kind of a pain for the papaya tree. Do you need distinct trees? You do. I mean, our Ramon tree makes the papaya tree way more functional. Alright, that gets us some wealth. And this is, once the border booster comes out, this is going to increase the amount of population on the planet. And that's important. We still do have a goal to meet over here. City needs a source of some kind of food. Alright, still need to pull that one more element bioticum, and that's going to give us another 60 gold, which will be another couple points of thing here. Okay, your border expanding again. I kind of love that. That's pretty good right now. So, flint makes a lot of sense. Although it's not particularly, like, solving the problem. But it does get us our element, and it's a kind of thing we don't have yet. Biodiversity is valuable. And that gets us the rest of statue. So here's some yields for you, for everybody. Plus, you know, we're increasing the amount of gold that we're getting from all of our minerals slowly but surely. Gosh, we still need so much extra gold. Why do we still need so much extra gold? All right, what's like our best gold animal? I mean, it's the damned monkey. Of course it is. This flint only needs to be adjacent to one tree. You need to be adjacent to a critter, and you're only 20 gold when adjacent to a critter. I really want this draft, if you can't tell. We do need to also push up 3 more. I guess, like, I got the building capped. I should probably be focusing on finishing our projects, which will finish this thing. So, this city, I believe, is on +3. Let's just put down 2 more ocean plants real quick. I don't think they need to be particularly fancy ones. You don't want to be adjacent to an expanse biotica, and right now, in this location, you wouldn't be. And then we can put down red algae or something. Yeah, in fact, this turns on the red algae that we have already. Okay, that's enough to get a border expander going. Seagrass is itself an expanse biotica, so we do not want to put down another one, but we could just put down another red algae. Which I think I will. I think that's fine. We might need to push a border expander or 2 down here, just to give Pine Grounds Port a little bit more room. We'll see. All right. So once this expands, let's see what we're looking at. I think it's gonna finish the yeah, it's gonna finish this, so it's gonna pull in quite a lot of resources all at once here. Okay, yeah. So now we just need to generate a bunch more prosperity, and we don't really need to generate that prosperity like. We don't need to be 3-star on this for anything about this run. It just would, being 3-star on this will unlock an extra bioticum reward at the end of the game, right? It turns out Botanist Town actually almost completed its goal there as well. That's really interesting. Are you expanding again? You are. Okay, interesting. So you're growth capped now. Okay. That is, yeah, that's a little worrying. Because you need room still. Okay, we got to put down food. Ooh, a gold booster is interesting. We got to put down a food source over here. So obviously we have fish. We could just do a kelp. Yeah, we just throw down a kelp. It's not awesome, but not trying to be too fancy here. I could overwrite this for each distinct set of plant and animal in the biome. The sargassum is going to be very good. All right. Okay, let me put down like a sea bass here. And then we're going to do an upgrade. And we'll make these both plants. But then we're still going to need to do a border expander, probably. Or I could turn one of these things into plants. We don't necessarily need these herrings. Alright, use our other existing upgrade charge. We are not nearly as rich on upgrade charges here as we sometimes are. So that's, you know. Oh, you'd like to be an animal, huh? That's very inconvenient. Okay, you don't actually particularly need to be adjacent to anything, although it is worth noting that you are an expanse bioticum, so something to think about, I suppose. But okay, that's pretty good. It's gonna push us a bunch of food, and then we need to drop 2 more plants. And once we've done that, we are once again capped out on everybody's buildings. You have your evil hideout. Yeah, okay. And we can worry about people having to toxic things to fulfill the plague buff once we know that that's even going to be a relevant consideration. So for right now, we could just replace things. Like, we don't need everything to be running at high efficiency right now. We do need for technology to be the highest resource, but that's it, right? That's the entirety of pulling that era. Yeah, technology is your planet's highest city stat. And that's, yeah, that's a no-brainer. That is for sure happening. So yeah, I think for right now I am just going to throw down some stuff. So you are... Yeah, you're fine here. I mean, I want to put down something that gives food. Which I guess is the kelp in this case. Seagrass is not a good fit given the sargassum. I could just put down another sargassum in the slot, I suppose. If I were just trying to push us past Sagetown, but like, you know, the next project's going to require a higher thing. It's not like we're trying to push past this and then we can replace whatever trivially. I'm just going to put down this, and then we will temporarily replace this fish as well with a sea anemone. I mean, it's some food. This kelp's not even active if I replace that. Yeah, that's a little awkward. Whatever, it doesn't actually matter. We're just locking in this state. Alright, that is quite a lot of extra value. So, we're getting pretty close to having all of the unlocks. I don't know that I'm honestly very bothered about this. But I suppose it would be easy enough to get the 175 by pushing one of these over. We have we have enough Eon for 2 drops. And Botanist Town still needs like a very... Botanist Town and Port West Grove both need just like a very small amount of extra money to hit a trade route, which could potentially be highly lucrative. So there's that to consider as well. If we were to drop, say... Clownfish is a pretty bad example. We don't really have a good money fish. Nor do we have a good money anything. Yeah, no, the only thing we can put down here is like an agate, which is going to get us, I guess, technically some gold. It's not even an element. Yeah, no, that's just terrible. But I really do want the trade route. Well, we'll figure something out. We'll get some better stuff. For right now, if I were to... Yeah, you're all covered up here. Odor defense is active, which is nice. We can try to micro our way past the amount of resources that we need here. Who has the emblems? So this is plus 8% food for each distinct plant within borders. Is there a 1-star food producer that I'm like really sure I wouldn't want to toss back? Not really, I think. Plus 5 food, plus 5 science for each distinct plant within borders, up to 6. Now, see, that's very compelling. But it feels like... Yeah, no, that's really, that is something. So 30 science, 20, 20, 20. I mean, like, we're not going to want to replace this white-plumed anemone. But this is only going to increase our science output, not our population. I mean, I guess that's fine. Yeah, that works. That's right, Botanist Town doesn't actually care which of its things is growing. Botanist Town's kind of rad. I'm a big fan, actually. So that'll get us some science. It's not like a huge amount. Oh, right. It's not a percentage increase. It's a flat. Yeah, no, that's actually very good. A flat 5 is, in fact, going to push us to a 35 combined population and tech, which is going to get us 10 prosperity. And now, all I need to do is improve Minor Town's wealth very slightly. Well, I say very slightly. It's probably about like 40 points of wealth that we're talking about here. So, probably not a thing I can do in a single slot then. Amethyst isn't going to work. We are good on... Yeah, we're good on the statue here. Good on our evil hideout, which is fun. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get 40 out of any of this stuff, but we do have drafts available. Maybe I take a draft. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take a draft. I guess Taiga, maybe? We have 2 drafts. We're going to do probably Taiga and Rainforest here, so... Okay, the silver gets gold for science nearby. It's an element, and it's a gem, which is rad. Sulfur is also an element, and it's a very scienceful element. Peat is pretty okay. Lost element, that's pretty good. The rowan tree is very compelling as well. The problem I have with this one is if you're not able to spend a bunch of biodiversity, then there's no money to be had in this draft, and we are looking for money. Granite might be the way to go, actually. Each distinct set of animal and undergrowth in the biome. How much undergrowth do I have? Is the answer none? The answer might actually be none. We're kind of not in that place. So, like... Poplar is great. Ah, the potash. Right. This is a problem solver for sure. And the gypsum itself is very good. Yeah, let's take this draft. And then I'm just gonna also pull from the rainforest, I think. So Cobalt gains a lot of money for just minerals on the planet. We have a lot of incentive to put down a lot of minerals, so that's exciting. Bauxite is a 3-star element. 2 distinct adjacent biotica that are 2-star or higher. That's very easy to do. So that feels like a winner to me. Agave's easy and pretty good. Obviously the monkey's great, but we have the monkey already. 20 science for each distinct biotica in the biome. Yeah. That helium's also pretty compelling. I will say this. As much as I think Cobalt's neat, it is also 8 cost. Like, that is a lot of biodiversity to spend. The other thing is the Heliconia is actually, like, awesome. So this is a single biodiversity costing thing that's only good if its biome has 8 unspent biodiversity. That's a little cruel. The pitaya is... Okay, the pitaya is kind of cool. I want to take the cobalt, I think, in part because of the very high value of bauxite. And just like in the patch that you upgrade to level 3 to put down the cobalt, you also put down bauxite. But the helium's great as well. Fluorite is really not bad. Fluorite is really not bad. And it's a lot easier to use helium than it is to use the cobalt. You know what? I'm going to take the helium. As much as I love this, yeah. Okay. So, how much of that stuff are we going to be putting to work immediately? Not none. Not none. Alright. Potash. Wants to be adjacent to 3 distinct minerals. This copper is here. Like, we could replace the agate. That makes me want to replace the fur then. I could replace this tin and cover one of the stones with a tin. Yeah, I don't hate that actually. Let's do that. Just put this down here. Also, potash is an element. It's always nice. So yeah, we want to make sure we're spreading out across different elements as much as possible here. I think this is going to push us over. Yeah, it totally is. Cool. We didn't even have to buy any extra Eon for it. Sadly, we stopped 7 points short of clearing Minor Town. It's a little annoying. I am still statued out. So we still have an empty spot. And at this point, any gold producing thing will do the job. So let's get a pit viper. This is biodiversity. This is what biodiversity looks like. We'll put down a pit viper, and then we'll put a... It just wants a nearby critter. I mean, an iguana is not terrible in this position, right? We do have a lot of biodiversity all of a sudden. So I'm debating putting a jungle fowl down, but the iguana's only 5 less food. And doing that will make the pit viper valuable enough that will finish Minor Town. While also pushing us to the next era. Cool. Okay, now we have all of these contagious trade route things. We also have pet rocks. That's fun. So Pineground's port has some reasonable luxuries, I would imagine. They got furniture. Furniture's kind of something, almost. We got to drive up. We got to get exports going. Whatever. For right now, what we need to do is this. The evil scientist has achieved success. The forbidden formula is poisoning the people, which is good. For some reason, that's how I feel about it. And now we take all of our plague zombies and we rush them to outer space. Because what else would you do with a bunch of plague zombies, right? Okay, so the one thing I'm not clear about is, like, I don't know where to read, like, what biome diversity things we're gonna get. But, like, an extra draft charge is so welcome. It's very, very good. Okay, and then this is what we're doing. So, the miner challenges all humanity to reach for the stars. They need to make something special to do so. Will you aid them to make their first step into space? So all advanced minerals will gain plus 500% science if they're unique on the planet. Fuel this with metal and energy biotica to get more science. Okay, so we might need to make some drafts to that effect. So 200 science for each set of metal and energy within borders. Yeah, that is not ideal right now. Okay, it's fine though. It's fixable. We're doing a good job of maxing out our legacies. Of course, everybody's got stuff that they want. Your border expanding, that's actually 100% fine. Yeah, and we got all of our legacies in good position here. Okay, there is no reason really for us to make these choices right now. We have 3 draft charges built up. Like this is a spot. We are ready to make some big choices. But also, we're out of time for today. That's going to be it for us for right now. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, the big choices, the big moves, and hopefully really, really big numbers flowing out of the earth and directly into our coffers. And we'll see you then.